Hey guys, it's Ryan here with HobbiesofaMan once again, and today we're going to be doing another comic book issue review. Today we're going to be looking at Red Sonja number 9, and the art team has not changed at all. Everyone is still the same: Thorin Grombeck, Walter Giovanni, etc. And this was not a bad issue, but it wasn't amazing. I think it's overall fine, and that's kind of disappointing because there was kind of a little bit of a stretch here where there was quite a few issues that were quite good. And I'm actually curious how long this run is going to last. I really don't think it's going to get to 25, but I don't know that it's going to stop at 12, if that makes sense. And I'm not sure that I want it to either. I kind of do. I kind of want to be done with collecting Red Sonja for now and just kind of wait for a while before I decide that I want to get into it again. But at the same time, I think that the run still has a lot of interesting stuff going for it. There's a lot of chances for it to be really great and really interesting. It's just like there's a lot of lulls in kind of moments here because I don't know, maybe Thorin Grombeck isn't that good at kind of weaving these highs and lows together to create the rising of tension at the same time as delivering all the exposition, or it might be that I'm just not understanding it correctly. I don't know what the issue is, but I'm curious to see how long this will last. I don't think that this issue that they're having currently can be done in 3 issues. Like this problem that they're having at the moment can be done in 3 issues. So I'm not sure that it's going to end in 12 issue total. But I'm not sure when it will end. So I'm very curious about that. But enough about that. Let's actually talk about the issue, right? So it starts with Erlich, who I want to keep calling Elric, like from Elric of Melniboné. But it's not. It's Erlich. And he happens to be this kind of demon character. He kind of looks like Azazel from, was it X-Men First Class? And he steps out into the mortal realm. And this kind of is important because he's like the double character. And this is kind of concerning, right? But I can't remember exactly, anything that was said about this because it's been a while since I read this, right? So, yeah, we transition over to Sonja and Gracie running from the Wild Hunt, which is a pretty cool scene, actually. This is pretty awesome, and the spread here is phenomenal. I think Walter Giovanni did a great job with that. Then we transition to Emberfall, where the queen is talking to a wizard who is mad that she went to what's it called? People that tell the future, right? A soothsayer or something. And he's mad that she went to them instead of consulting him, but she's like, dude, we need all the help we can get. Shut the fuck up, what can we do about Kulan Gath, right? And so basically he's a big issue. There's a lot of problems going on that basically started when Kulan Gath moved into this castle that happens to fall within her realm, right? Within this queen's realm inside Emberfall. And so they're preparing to go to war with him, but it's going to be pretty difficult to kind of deal with this, right? So, yeah, as this is happening, Sonja and Gracie seem to have managed to avoid the Wild Hunt to an extent, or at least are kind of far away enough from them that they can stop to help people, to save people from what's coming. And well, this is good, but at the same time, maybe the Wild Hunt might ignore these people if they just kept running, right? But by stopping, you're kind of making them a target, right? So I don't know. It kind of depends on how the story goes, but it's not that important because we transitioned back to Kulan Gath again, who's overseeing stuff. He's kind of using this map, and he's kind of casting a spell over the map, and this makes it so that the map becomes a 3D kind of render of like the area around him and what's going to happen here soon. And it's pretty interesting, right? So, yeah. Eventually, Sonja and Gracie make it into the forest, away from the Wild Hunt, and they're fighting these like gremlin Cernanas dudes. The weird like horned troll things that have been coming up quite a few times in this series. And well, they're having a good fight here, but it's not, basically it's a big distraction, right? And so Sonja and Gracie are dealing with these things, and it's a problem because Kulan Gath is using this time to really get ready to fight off an invasion, right? And so he sacrifices a boy, and he uses this boy's sacrifice, this power that he got from the sacrifice, to curse the Emberfall army to fight themselves, right? So he sacrifices this boy, uses the power that came out of it to cast this massive curse, and this massive curse turns everyone that is affected by it onto themselves, right? And he managed to target it away from his own people, so it's only affecting the army outside of his tower. And well, this is a problem because it's causing a lot of issues, right? And Red Sonja and Gracie reach the Emberfall army as this is happening, and so they end up kind of having to fight for their lives here. Now, this is actually when Gracie exits the series, more or less, because she's get hit by an arrow, and I think she dies, right? And that's kind of where the cliffhanger of the story is. And so I'm curious to see if she's going to continue on, because if you guys don't know Gracie, this character is actually based on a cosplayer, right? And so somehow she got Walter Giovanni to draw her into the story, and she became kind of relevant to the last couple issues, right? And so it'd be nice if she kept going, and Red Sonja now had this friend that kind of has the same backstory as like a Betty Page character, right? Which is there was a real person, people like how she looks, so an artist drew her, and then they used her as the basis for a character, right? Like that's kind of how Betty Page works. It'd be interesting to have Gracie be Red Sonja's like long-term companion, or someone that's relevant. But it does seem like they're gonna get rid of her for this the continuing of the storyline here, so that, you know, Red Sonja has like an invested interest in stopping this, right? But I'm not really sure, because so far I don't think she has an interest beyond the fact that she's altruistic and nice, right? She wants to help people not die, and so that's why she's been doing these things. But I mean, I guess it was also her fault that these things are happening, so she kind of feels guilty about it, but that hasn't been addressed properly. And so I think mostly it's just like Gracie dying is a good way for Red Sonja to be more directly invested instead of like tangentially invested in solving this issue, but I'm not really sure. Either way, I like this character, so I'm kind of sad that they got hit by an arrow and probably are dead, but I'm curious to see what happens in the next issue, right? So yeah, overall it was good, but not amazing. And initially I didn't know how to feel about it. Now that it's been a couple weeks since I read it, I think that I liked it. I thought it was enjoyable and fun, and I kind of remember quite a bit more than I thought I would from this. So it worked out, which is good. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought, and thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.